Hey, this is Wade Harvey. Thanks for watching. This is part 4 of putting the pieces of .NET together. Today we're looking at monitoring tools. And the five monitoring tools we'll look at are Event Viewer, Task Manager, Process Explorer, which is just a task manager on steroids. You have to download that separately. SQL Profiler, and also the ILDASM. That will allow us to look at the intermediate language that is in the temporary ASP net files, or IIS, inetpub www root folder. These intermediate files, it'll expose us so we can see what's inside of them, see what this Microsoft Intermediate language looks like. So the event viewer is a very low-level way of looking at system events, but it can sometimes help you when you've got a hard problem, not sure what is causing it. How do you get to the event viewer? You just go to admin tools in your control panel and select event viewer. Here's an example of going to it. And the application and service logs can often be helpful. And you just have to get accustomed to looking at it and what you're looking for errors usually that occur in there. So that's the event viewer. The task manager we've already looked at. We said that you can get to it by using Control-Alt-Delete, or you can type task manager in the command line. And that's how we found who was using an application, by going to the process. Process Explorer is task manager on steroids. It's very color coded, got a lot more information, and if you've got a resource that's hung, you can use the find part of a Process Explorer and enter the resource that you're trying to find and do a search for that, and it'll tell you who's using it. You can download Process Explorer from sysinternals.com. It does not come as part of any .NET framework or anything. We'll take a quick look at this. So I have it on my desktop. I'll run it. Okay, you see that it's very color coded. You can drill down into each of these to find more about. It also tells you who's using processes. But what I find helpful is if some resource is not being released, you can use ImageRes. You can use this find, do the search on the resource, and it'll tell you what process is using that, and that can be helpful. So that's Process Explorer. SQL Server Explorer can be helpful to allow you to monitor transactions or see what all is being executed in LINQ. It'll show you the queries that actually get generated. It'll show you where your bottlenecks are and so forth. Now it comes with the standard version of SQL Server, but if you don't have that, you can download a clone of it from A&J Lab Express Profiler. So let's take a look at that. So we'll go to all programs. Go to A&J Lab, and say, then you create a new profile, a trace. And you can test their connection properties. Okay, this is the default install for SQL Express there I'm using. And this tells you request. Also, if you use a full text query, it'll give you what the queries were that were run. So we'll try it and see if we can get it to run. We'll go back, start SQL Server Management Studio. I'll connect to that and just use Northwind Database as an example. Just select all the employees in the database. Right click, select the top 1,000 rows. There aren't that many rows, but there's only 14 rows. Then I go over to SQL Profiler, and here you can see what got executed, how many reads were involved, and so forth. Writes. If you look, you click on the line, it'll show you the query that was involved. Each one of those. So that's the profiler. And the last is the ILDASM, and this allows you to decompile assemblies. This is under program files, and you have to download the Microsoft SDK. So we'll take a look at it and decompile some intermediate language. So it's under Microsoft SDK. Program files, Microsoft SDK, Windows SDK, and tools, disassembler, and then you just drill down to the temporary files that you're interested in looking at. I'll go back up so you can see how I got there. So you go in your Windows folder, and then Microsoft Net, then you go under Framework, temporary files. Then these are your applications that you compiled to intermediate language. Each one of these, for websites, you've got your ASPX pages, and then you've got your DLL behind each page. We'll look at the app code folder, which automatically compiles first whenever there's been a change. And so now we've drilled down, we're looking at intermediate language, and here's the manifest. This tells you all the assemblies that are in that assembly, all the references, and then you can drill down and look at the particular pieces of intermediate language. And there's the intermediate language. IL stands for intermediate language. So that's the disassembler.